The top 10 cheese-eating countries are all in Europe, with France being number 1. The average French person consumes 57 pounds or 25 kilograms of cheese per year. Venice, Italy sinks about 1 to 2 millimeters a year and is slowly tilting to the east. And if it keeps up this pace over the next 20 years, it will sink by around 80 millimeters relative to sea level. The giant red spot on Jupiter is a storm that has been raging for over 150 years and is larger in diameter than Earth. Japan has over 200 flavors of Kit Kats. They're exclusively created for different regions, cities, and seasons. There are some tasty-sounding ones like banana, blueberry cheesecake, and Oreo ice cream, as well as some very questionable ones like baked potato, melon and cheese, wasabi, and vegetable juice. Lionesses, not male lions, do the majority of hunting for their prides. Lionesses hunt around 90% of the time, while the males protect their pride. Lebanon is the only Middle Eastern country without a desert. A sunset on the planet Mars is actually blue. The Martian atmosphere is dominated by large-sized dust particles. These particles filter out the red light from the sun's rays and only lets the blue reach our eyes. Antarctica is the windiest place on Earth. During the winter, frigid winds of over 150 miles per hour or 241.4 kilometers are commonly reported, with an annual average wind speed of 50 miles per hour or 80.5 kilometers per hour. Zambia has a larger percent of its area devoted to national parks than any other country. National parks make up 32% of its area. The Moon has moonquakes. They happen due to tidal stresses connected to the distance between the Moon and the Earth. Salt was worth its weight in gold during Roman times, which means Roman soldiers were often paid with salt. Salt was a valuable commodity, also referred to as white gold. This high demand for salt was due to its important use in preserving food, especially meat and fish. Brazil's prisons offer their prisoners the chance to reduce their prison sentence by up to 48 days a year for every book they read and write a report on. The Eiffel Tower wasn't intended to be permanent. In 1909, it was scheduled for demolition, while it was saved to be used as a radio tower. The Arabian Peninsula is the largest subregion in the world without any permanent natural river. The current year in Ethiopia is 2015 because it has 13 months in its year. The Ethiopian year starts on 11th of September or on the 12th September in a Gregorian leap year. It is 7 to 8 years behind the Gregorian year. Ethan Zuckerman, the man responsible for inventing pop-up ads, has apologized to the world for creating one of the internet's most hated forms of advertising. Saturn's largest moon named Titan had an atmosphere so thick and gravity so low that you can actually fly through it by flapping any sort of wings attached to your arms. Half of the oxygen that we breathe in is produced by the world's ocean. The majority of this production is from oceanic plankton, drifting plants, algae, and some bacteria that can photosynthesize. White chocolate doesn't actually contain any real chocolate. It's just cocoa butter mixed with sugar, often with a little vanilla added for flavoring. Clouds appear to be darker because they are thicker, which prevents more light from passing through. Thinner clouds allow more light through and appear white. Seen from an airplane, the top of the cloud will still appear white since the top receives more light. An owl cannot move its eyes from side to side. That is why it needs to be able to turn its head all the way around. A small amount of stress helps you to remember things better. The brain releases corticosteroids while stressed, which prompt the amygdala to tell the hippocampus to consolidate a memory. Dolphins literally sleep with one eye open because only one of their brain hemispheres sleeps at a time. The left eye closes when the right half of the brain sleeps, and vice versa. A scorpion can hold its breath underwater for up to 6 days. Their modified lungs, which are known as book lungs, also allow them to hold their breath for long. The hairy frog, also known as the horror frog, is able to break its own toes to expose super sharp, claw-style bones to defend themselves against predators.